Welcome back to the Confident Retirement Journey. My name's Craig Sullivan. Today, we're going to talk about something that we've identified as a trend throughout our years of doing this business. Let's look at the 4 things that retirees continue to struggle with, and that you'll probably struggle with too to some degree. These are things that happen as we decide to transition from working years to retirement years. So let's take a look. The first thing is financial security. Now, this has nothing to do with some big nest egg number you've saved. What we see very often is clients have gone from living off of a paycheck, you know where your money's going to come from every single month, to now we've got to figure out how to live off of this big bucket of money that we've saved. We've done everything right. We've saved, just like everybody's taught us to our whole lives. But nobody ever taught us how to make this big chunk of money provide income that we can sustain ourselves off of every month for as long as we live. Now, there's a lot of different strategies to do this. What's most important is that you have a plan for it. If you've got a plan for your income and you know where every dollar is going to come from and when, it can take a lot of that anxiety and stress off of you. You know, we talk about our Mount Everest analogy very often, right? The tools, techniques, and strategies it takes to go up a mountain are completely different than the tools, techniques, and strategies to go down a mountain. We always ask, what's the point of climbing Mount Everest? And everybody says to get to the top. And y'all, I'll tell you, I think that's short-sighted. Because if it's me, I want to get back down that mountain and tell somebody all about it. Retirement and financial security can be looked at the same way. The goal isn't to get to retirement. The goal is to slowly get back down that mountain and enjoy the whole process. What we've found is that everybody sticks to those tools, techniques, and strategies they use to get up the mountain. They save this big bucket of money, and now they're stuck. And they don't know how to turn that big bucket of money into different tools, techniques, and strategies to go back down and enjoy their retirement. It's imperative you have that piece of your plan down. The second thing is losing employee benefits. It's not just your paycheck that goes away when you retire. It's health insurance benefits. Well, we can look at that with Medicare. Do you have a plan for Medicare going into your retirement years? If you're retiring prior to 65, do you have a plan for getting to Medicare age? What are your health conditions? What are your plans to pay for health insurance until you're age 65 and Medicare can kick in? Things you've got to consider. Once we do hit Medicare, are we looking at Advantage or supplement plans? Medicare doesn't cover everything. So we've got to make sure that we're building these thoughts, these questions, and these answers into your overall financial plan. Loss of social connections. Now we're getting off of financial and we're going more emotional and mental struggles that we see as people make the transition from working years to retirement years. Early on, when you retire, the social connections may stay there because you still have that relationship with the people you worked with. But too often, as time goes on, those connections fade. You've got to make sure you find a way to stay connected socially to people. Now, I'm not telling you have to go out and be involved in everything there is to be involved in, but make sure you have a plan to stay connected with the people you love. Make sure you have a plan to stay connected with your close friends. Go play a round of golf every week or every other week, right? Go have coffee with friends. Do couples outings with your spouse and some other friends that might be retired. Whatever it is for you, make sure you're staying connected. And then last is your sense of purpose. We found that too often people tie their entire identity to what they did for work. In fact, we recently had a physician who was getting ready to retire, and she's so scared to retire because to her, that is her identity. And what we have to remind people on a daily basis is that your job is not your identity. You are who you are regardless if you're working or not. Make sure you know your purpose for retirement. What are the things you want to do? What are the places you want to go see? Do you want to spoil the heck out of your grandkids? Make sure you have a purpose so that your retirement is fulfilling. It's what you worked all these years for. It's time to enjoy it. That's all today. If you need help walking through finding your purpose and planning for these other strategies, we can help walk you through the Confident Retirement Journey. Reach out. There's probably a button below here. Click that and get in touch with us. We'd be happy to visit. Till next time, keep exploring the possibilities. And y'all think bigger.